All members will please come to the floor. All members, please come to the floor. We'll be in session here in a little bit. We have some business to attend to for the people of Georgia. So all members, if you'll please come to the floor. Because the hour for convening haven't arrived, all members will please come to the floor and take their seats. Mr. Clerk, will you ring the bell? All members, please come to the floor and take your seats. We're going to have the morning roll call. All members present will please vote green to signify their presence in the chamber. And Mr. Clerk, will you unlock the machines? Have all members now voted? If so, Mr. Clerk, will you lock the machines, please? The doorkeepers, will you please close the doors and keep them closed? Members, I'm going to divert just for a moment. Before we get to our chaplain of the day, we have another blessing today that we've been experiencing over the last month or something like that. As one of the most beloved members ever of this chamber and this Capitol Hill, this Capitol. If you haven't seen him, he's right down here to my right. If you'd seen him a few weeks ago, it's a miracle. Miracles still happen, and miracles are continuing. He has some caregivers here with him today. Jamie Shepard's here. His family's done such outstanding work and helped the good Lord perform miracles in so many lives in this state and around the world. So thank you to the Shepard family. Miss Alana Shepard, his grandmother, who founded the Shepard Center, has made a difference. And thanks to the support from a lot of folks, we'll continue to make a difference in so many lives. Thanks to Jamie and the staff that's here with you today. We appreciate y'all being here. Thanks to the one who really makes it happen. That kind of pushes and shoves and pets and embraces and encourages. And that's Cindy England. Let's tell Cindy how much we appreciate her. Well, that's just about all I have to say on that. In the words of that wise man, I think that's about all I have to say. But not quite. You should have stayed standing up there, remained standing up. A man who's really enshrined himself in the history of our state in many, many ways, I believe. And I think the records of this house and the records of his accomplishments, his friendship as he's built in this room and around our state, and the difference he's made in so many different areas with his compassion, his support as appropriations chair, but mainly as a fine human being. We're glad to have him back here today. He'll be back. He's determined, and you can see that. So a friend of all of us in this room, a friend of Georgia, and our dear friend, Terry England. If you don't think the good Lord works in mysterious ways, there's proof of it right there. He's blessed my life as he had so many of y'all's. And his example in his belief, in his strength, mean the world to me. Thank you, Terry. Thank you for love for all of us, and thank you for what you have done and what you will continue to do to make Georgia the best place to live, work, and raise a family and have a little fun along the way. So thank you, and we appreciate you being here. Now, I know all of you some of you have greeted former representative, chairman, a lot of hats, husband, grandfather, and all those good things, and taking care of so many people in his life in so many different capacities. Terry's going to hang around. He's going to be here for the chaplain. Then he's going to go out to the South Ante room. If you'd like to go out and spend a minute with Terry in the South Ante room, we'll continue with the business of this morning, but there'll be a time so you can do that. So thank you all for honoring Terry. Thank you, Terry, Cindy, Shepherd's team. Thank you all for being here. So we'll move on. Thank you all. Y'all may be seated. As is our custom, we will begin our day with scripture reading and prayer by our chaplain, after which we will pledge allegiance to the flag of our country. Our chaplain this morning will be introduced by the gentleman from the 172nd House District down in Moultrie, Georgia. Aren't you from Moultrie? You're from Moultrie, aren't you? I thought you were. Just making sure. That is South Georgia. 172nd House District, representing Chaz Cannon. Chaz.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, members of the House. It's my honor to share with you this morning the Reverend Dr. Hugh Ward from Moultrie, Georgia. Reverend Ward, or as most of us refer to him as Hugh B., was born in Jackson, Mississippi in 1940. He graduated from high school in 1958, went on to graduate from Asbury College in Wilmore, Kentucky in 1962. Soon after, he joined the United States Marine Corps in 1966 and was sent to language school to become an interrogator, later deploying to Vietnam with the 3rd Marine Division in 1968. Reverend Ward later received a Master of Divinity degree from Columbia Theological Seminary and a Doctor of Ministry degree from the Graduate Theological Foundation. He served 22 years as the senior pastor at First Presbyterian Church, my family's church in Moultrie, where members of my family have been long-term members. There are a multitude of honors and accolades that Reverend Ward has received over his many years of service. Aside from those many honors, the most important to me is that he married Beth and me over 20 years ago. He's baptized both of my children, and he prayed for me during some of my most difficult times in my deployments to the Middle East. Reverend Ward, at the very youthful age of 84, continues to serve his community on a daily basis. His wife of many years, Dottie, could not join us today, but she still sings in the choir every Sunday morning in Moultrie. They have 2 daughters, Mandy and Katie, and 5 grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Reverend Hugh Ward.
This probably is one of the greatest honors ever bestowed on me in my lifetime. And Mr. Speaker, I've watched you on TV, but you look a lot better in person.
Love you, man.
And second, I have to say how heartwarming it is to see the way that you obviously have held Terry England in your prayers and thoughts and such a warm welcome this morning, sir. It does me good to see that here in the state capitol. Well, Mr. Speaker and members of the House, I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak to you this morning. I'm grateful to my state representative, Charles Cannon, or as we call him, Chaz. Chaz himself had a distinguished career in many venues, in the classroom, on the athletic field, as a graduate of West Point, the military academy, on the battlefield in the Middle East, and now in the public arena. He's a retired Army officer. His wife, Beth, is a registered nurse. His 2 brothers-in-law also served with distinction in the United States Army as well. But thank God their pastor is a United States Marine. Hoorah! And then this is a word about your work, not my work here. I bring words of gratitude from my president and CEO of Concord Regional Medical Center, Dr. James Matney, and from our foundation staff. Thank you for your unwavering support of the Georgia Heart Program. This program has enabled Concord Regional Medical Center to expand its service lines, to bring several capital projects to fruition and assist with the care of our indigent patients. Our rural hospital has a feisty, effective Georgia Heart administrator named Gina Horn McDonald. She has out-hustled every other healthcare facility in South Georgia as she spread the good news about supporting our local hospital. I also applaud the work of my good friend Sam Watson, who's across the way there, former father, husband to Emily, and an effective and devoted citizen. I want you to know something about my county, where I've been a part of for 35 years. It has given birth to some of our state's greatest endeavors, the Sun Belt Expo. And if you've never been there, I hope you'll come and see the great things that happen there. The Moose Moss Diving Tigers. Saxby Chambliss makes his home in Moultrie. A YMCA that comprises 65,000 square feet of space. The birthplace of Ameris Bank, which we knew as ABC Bank in the early days. A nationally recognized hospital, and the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, and some of the finest churches that excel in reaching out to a needy world. I love living in Colquitt County. Representative Cannon's father-in-law, Frank Harrison, kidnapped me from Decatur and brought me to an island of tranquility in Colquitt County to pastor the First Presbyterian Church. But speaking to you this morning enables me to give you a testimony that I had always planned to be a preacher and a pastor. No, I'm here to confess to you that at one time I actually worked for a living. I peddled chemicals for a major corporation, Ashland Chemical Company. One of my favorite purchasing agents was a man named Larry Moore at Masonite Corporation in Laurel, Mississippi. He had been a Sabre jet pilot in Korea. But I'll be honest with you, when I met him, he weighed as much as a Sabre jet. And over lunch one day in a small barbecue joint in Laurel, Larry looked over an ear of corn dripping with butter onto his paisley tie. And he said, "What would you be doing if you weren't calling on me?" I said, "I'd be playing golf." And he said, "No, you idiot. What would you be doing with your life?" And I said, "That would be a different question. I would resign from Ashland and become a Presbyterian pastor." "If you resign now," he said, "this time next year you'll have a year behind you." And so here I am, 53 years later, before you. God speaks to us in a plethora of ways, and sometimes we listen. You, ladies and gentlemen, are one of the largest congregations I've ever addressed in my whole life as a minister. And ever since Mr. Cannon invited me to be your chaplain for this day, I have prayed mightily that you all would have wisdom and courage to serve this great state faithfully. I believe you will all work for the welfare and happiness of all, to see that justice and compassion are allotted to your folks back home and throughout the entire state. Look, I know, and you know, we live in a beautiful but burdened world. And at times it appears that our poor, bleeding world is stumbling from one blunder to another. But we, the citizens of your state, have elected you, whom we believe possess a broad vision for tapping the wells of wisdom, a wisdom that leads us in these challenging days toward a future of peace and prosperity. And so, though I am not your personal spiritual guide, I'm here to encourage you in your labors, praying you will help us all pass on to our children a better world than the one we received, for God's good and God's glory. I pray that this day in your daily adventures, you'll love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength, and your neighbor as yourself. You stand. I'd like to ask you to pause for a moment of silent prayer as you pray for Terry, as you pray for your constituents, as you pray for our state and our nation. Would you pause with me just for a quiet moment? Oh Lord our God, your love is unfailing and your mercies are renewed every morning. At this moment, we lift up our souls to you as honestly and completely as possible. As we're able to do this, O Lord, fulfill in us what you long to accomplish, our freedom from sin and selfishness, our release from anxiety, lives tuned to truth and beauty, devotion and goodness. We know, Lord, that you're the beginning and the end. You see the end from the beginning, and you have seen us and been with us in all the ordinary moments of our life. You have laid your hand upon us in ways that are beyond our comprehension. And because of this, we have seen for ourselves the extraordinary ways you're involved in the most ordinary moments of our lives. And we come to you. We come to you thinking of the rhythm of our lives, the daily routines we have here of sleeping and waking, of washing and dressing, of eating and saying goodbye. We come thinking of our work and the boredom and excitement that comes from our daily toil here in this hallowed place. In the midst of our thousands of wakings, in the course of meeting our constituents, and even in the fractured moments of our life, we know, O Lord, if you speak anywhere, it is here in the midst of our living. But it is in the cracks and crevices of our existence, in the hairline fractures of our life, we're not alone. We have come to know that you're the God of victory for us, for all of us. You're victorious over sin and death, those things which have a stranglehold on humanity. Because of you, we're awakened to a living hope that after every cross comes a resurrection. After every winter, there is a spring. As we commit ourselves to you, let us go forth from this place with our confidence restored, that compassion is able to conquer greed, that peace can overcome war, that love is stronger than hate, that life is mightier than death. With that inspiration, let us arise and go into the world to find beauty in simplicity, to find riches in plain living, to find self-worth and self-giving, For your sake, O Lord, we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Awesome. Great message. Doorkeepers, you may unlock the doors. Members, you may join Brother Ward, Dr. Ward, in the South Ante room, along with Chairman England in just a moment. Members, we do have a doctor of the day, and that's Dr. Jeff Stone. Dr. Stone was invited here by Chair Lady Mandy Ballinger. We appreciate that invite being given to Dr. Stone. If you need Dr. Stone, you can see Dr. Stone down in the aid station, and we appreciate his service to us today. Chairman Hilton, the chair of the Committee on Information and Audits, is recognized. Chairman Hilton.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If you are here or if you're watching at home, God is real and God is good. It is a great day to be a Georgian. We are excited to welcome back our Chief of Staff, Chairman Terry England, back to the People's House. Your Committee on Information... Your Committee on Information and Audits has read the journal of the previous legislative day, and we have found it to be correct.
Thank you, Chairman Hilton. You're correct all the way around. The chair of the Committee on Information and Audits reports that the journal of the previous legislative day has been read and found to be correct. Is there any objection to dispense with the reading of the journal? Hearing none, the reading of the journal is dispensed with. Is there any objection to the confirmation of the journal? Hearing none, the journal is confirmed. Mr. Clerk, will you read the resolution establishing the order of business for the day?
Representative Administration of the 104th moves following be established as the order of business under the first part of the period unanimous consents. Introduction of bills and resolutions. First reading and reference of House bills and resolutions. Second reading of bills and resolutions. Reports of standing committees. Third reading and passage of uncontested local bills and resolutions. First reading and reference of Senate bills and resolutions. Morning orders.
Is there any objection to adopting of the resolution establishing the order of business for the day? Hearing none, the resolution is adopted. First reading of bills and resolutions. The clerk will read.
House Bill 823 by Representative Wade of the 9th and Chastain of the 7th. The bill be titled an act to amend an act to provide a homestead exemption from Dawson County ad valorem taxes.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Bill 824 by Representative Wade of the 9th, Chastain of the 7th. The bill be titled an act to close for new applications certain homestead exemptions for senior citizens from Dawson County ad valorem taxes.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Bill 825 by Representative Washburn of the 144th. The bill be titled an act to amend an act to reconstitute the Board of Education of Monroe County.
Intergovernmental coordination.
House Bill 826 by Representative Miller of the 62nd, Park of the 107th, Smith of the 18th, Fry of the 122nd, Werkheiser of the 157th. Bill be titled an act to amend Article 2, Chapter 7 of Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating the imposition rate, computation, exemptions, and credits for state income tax.
Ways and Means.
House Bill 827 by Representative McQueen of the 61st, Roberts of the 52nd, Miller of the 62nd, Evans of the 57th, Willis of the 55th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 1 of Title 10 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to selling and other trade practices.
Technology and Infrastructure Innovation.
House Bill 828 by Representative Parker of the 107th, Hughley of the 141st, Miller of the 62nd, Fry of the 122nd, Williams of the 168th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 7 of Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to income taxes.
The Ways and Means.
House Bill 829 by Representative Beckles of the 96th, Hughley of the 141st, Fry of the 122nd, Williams of the 168th, Flournoy of the 74th, and others. The bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 2 of Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to elementary and secondary education.
Education.
House Bill 830 by Representative Beckles of the 96th, Flournoy of the 74th, Fry of the 122nd, Williams of the 168th, Dawson of the 65th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Title 33 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to insurance.
Insurance.
House Bill 831 by Representative Beckles of the 96th, Hughley of the 141st, Fry of the 122nd, Williams of the 168th, Flournoy of the 74th, and others. Bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 2, Title 21 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to elections and primaries generally.
Governmental Affairs.
House Bill 863 by Representative Reese of the 140th, Mathiak of the 82nd, Smith of the 41st, Ridley the 6th, Perry of the 56th. Bill be titled an act to amend Article 3, Chapter 5 and Title 50 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to state purchasing.
Governmental Affairs.
House Bill 864 by Representative Sanchez of the 42nd, Taylor of the 92nd, Fry of the 122nd, Holly of the 116th, Cummings of the 39th, and others. The bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 5 and Title 44 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to acquisition and loss of property.
Governmental Affairs.
House Bill 865 by Representative Crawford of the 89th, Draper of the 90th, Willis of the 55th, Oliver of the 84th, and Olalier of the 59th. The bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 2 of Title 21 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to elections and primaries generally.
Governmental Affairs.
House Bill 866 by Representative Barton of the 5th, Taylor of the 173rd, Hawkins of the 27th, Cooper of the 45th, and Newton of the 127th. The bill be titled an act to amend Chapter 2 of Title 31 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the Department of Community Health.
Public and Community Health.
House Resolution 712 by Representative Park of the 107th, Hughley of the 141st, Miller of the 62nd, Fry of the 122nd, Williams of the 168th, and others. A resolution creating a House Study Committee on protecting working families.
Special Rules.
House Resolution 713 by Representative Wade of the 9th, Silcox of the 53rd, Clifton of the 131st, Willis of the 55th, Chastain of the 7th, and others. A resolution urging healthcare providers across the state of Georgia help promote the 988 Suicide Crisis Lifeline.
Public and Community Health.
House Resolution 751 by Representative Crowe, the 118th, a resolution recognizing Mr. William A. Fickling Jr. and dedicating a bridge in his honor.
Transportation.
Senate Bill 332 by Senator Jones the 10th and James the 28th. Bill be titled Act to Amend the Act creating and establishing in DeKalb County, Georgia, districts from which the members of the County Board of Education in DeKalb County shall be elected.
Intergovernmental coordination.
That completes first readers.
Second reading of bills and resolutions. The clerk will read.
House Bill 811 by Representative LaHood of the 175th, Corbett of the 174th, Burchett of the 176th, and Sharper of the 177th. The bill to provide a homestead exemption from Lowndes County School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 812 by Representative Chokas of the 151st, Rhodes of the 124th, Williams of the 148th, Jaspers of the 11th, Crowe of the 118th, and others. A bill relating to state building, plumbing, and electrical codes. House Bill 813 by Representative LaHood of the 175th, Corbett of the 174th, Burchett of the 176th, Sharper of the 177th. The bill to provide a homestead exemption from Lowndes County School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 814 by Representative LaHood of the 175th, Corbett of the 174th, Burchett of the 176th, Sharper of the 177th. The bill to provide homestead exemption from Lowndes County ad valorem taxes for county purposes. House Bill 815 by Representative LaHood of the 175th, Corbett of the 174th, Burchett of the 176th, Sharper of the 177th. The bill to provide a homestead exemption from Lowndes County ad valorem taxes for county purposes. House Bill 816 by Representative Rhodes of the 124th. The bill to create the Greene County Public Facilities Authority. House Bill 817 by Representative Dickey of the 134th, Meeks of the 178th, Dawson of the 65th. The bill relating to livestock dealers. House Bill 818 by Representative Martin of the 49th, Leverett of the 123rd, Gunter of the 8th, Blackman of the 146th, Evans of the 57th. A bill relating to the Georgia Judicial Retirement System. House Bill 819 by Representative Washburn of the 144th, a bill to authorize the governing authority of Jasper County to levy an excise tax. House Bill 820 by Representative Washburn of the 144th, a bill to provide a homestead exemption from Jasper County School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 821 by Representative Gamble of the 15th, Scoggins of the 14th, Lubbock of the 12th, Hitchens of the 161st, Seabaugh of the 34th, and others. A bill relating to general provisions relative to bonds and recognizances. House Bill 822 by Representative Lupton of the 83rd and Lim of the 98th, a bill relating to attorneys. House Bill 832 by Representative Gullah of the 19th, New of the 40th, Kelly of the 16th, Smith of the 18th, Montana of the 17th. The bill to provide a homestead exemption from Paulding County School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 833 by Representative Ridley of the 22nd, Thomas of the 21st, Scoggins of the 14th, Byrd of the 20th, Ballinger of the 23rd, and others. A bill to provide a homestead exemption from Cherokee County School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 834 by Representative Kelly of the 16th. The bill to authorize the city of Cedartown, Georgia, to exercise all redevelopment and other powers under the Redevelopment Powers Law. House Bill 835 by Representative Carpenter of the 4th, Ridley of the 6th, Tarvin of the 2nd. A bill to amend an act to provide a homestead exemption from City of Dalton Independent School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 836 by Representative Smith of the 70th, Bonner of the 73rd, Jenkins of the 136th, Glaze of the 67th, Dawson of the 65th. A bill to amend an act providing a homestead exemption from Coweta County School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 837 by Representative Miles of the 126th, Howard of the 129th, Hefner of the 130th, Prince of the 132nd, Newton of the 127th. A bill to authorize the assessment and collection of a technology fee by the probate court of Richmond County. House Bill 838 by Representative Smith of the 70th, Glaze of the 67th, Jenkins of the 136th, Bonner of the 73rd, and Dawson of the 65th. A bill to amend an act incorporating and providing a new charter for the city of Noonan. House Bill 839 by Representative Gaines of the 120th, Pershing of the 119th, Irwin of the 32nd, Donahue of the 31st. A bill to amend an act to create the Board of County Commissioners for the County of Jackson. House Bill 840 by Representative Jaspers of the 11th, the bill to repeal an act creating Pickens County Airport Authority. House Bill 841 by Representative Jaspers of the 11th, the bill to provide a homestead exemption from Pickens County School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 842 by Representative Carpenter of the 4th, Ridley of the 6th, and Tarvin of the 2nd, a bill to amend an act providing a homestead exemption from Whitfield County ad valorem taxes for county purposes. House Bill 843 by Representative Carpenter of the 4th, Ridley of the 6th, Tarvin of the 2nd, a bill to amend an act to provide a homestead exemption from City of Dalton ad valorem taxes for municipal purposes. House Bill 844 by Representative Carpenter of the 4th, Ridley of the 6th, Tarvin of the 2nd, a bill to amend an act providing homestead exemption from Whitfield County School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 845 by Representative Ridley of the 22nd, Thomas of the 21st, Scoggins of the 14th, Byrd of the 20th, Ballinger of the 23rd, and others. A bill to amend an act providing for the numbering of positions of membership of the Cherokee County Board of Education. House Bill 846 by Representative Thomas of the 21st, Ridley of the 22nd, Scoggins of the 14th, Jaspers of the 11th, Jones of the 47th, and others. A bill to provide a homestead exemption from Cherokee County ad valorem taxes for county purposes. House Bill 847 by Representative Cummings of the 39th, Campbell of the 35th, Seabaugh of the 34th, McQueen of the 61st, Ridley of the 22nd, and others. A bill to amend an act consolidating the offices of tax collector and tax receiver into the office of tax commissioner of Cobb County. House Bill 848 by Representative Kelly of the 16th. A bill to provide a homestead exemption from Polk County School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 849 by Representative Green of the 154th. A bill to amend an act creating Lower Chattahoochee Regional Airport Authority. House Bill 850 by Representative Newton of the 127th, Prince of the 132nd, Howard of the 129th, Hefter of the 130th, Miles of the 126th. A bill to provide a homestead exemption from Augusta Richmond County ad valorem taxes for consolidated government purposes. House Bill 851 by Representative Gaines of the 120th, Whithour of the 121st, Rhodes of the 124th. A bill to amend an act to create the Athens-Clarke County Board of Elections and Registration. House Bill 852 by Representative Gaines of the 120th, Whithour of the 121st, Rhodes of the 124th. A bill to reconstitute and reestablish the Athens-Clarke County Board of Elections and Registration. House Bill 853 by Representative Carpenter of the 4th, Ridley of the 6th, Tarvin of the 2nd. A bill to provide a new homestead exemption from City of Tunnel Hill ad valorem taxes for municipal purposes. House Bill 854 by Representative Carpenter of the 4th, Ridley of the 6th, and Tarvin of the 2nd. A bill to amend an act to provide a new homestead exemption from City of Cahutta ad valorem taxes for municipal purposes. House Bill 855 by Representative Taylor of the 173rd. A bill to amend an act to authorize the governing authority of the City of Thomasville to levy an excise tax. House Bill 856 by Representative LaHood of the 175th. A bill to amend an act relating to the Brooks County Redevelopment Authority. House Bill 857 by Representative Cummings of the 39th, Campbell of the 35th, Seabaugh of the 34th, McQueen of the 61st, Ridley of the 22nd, and others. The bill to amend an act creating the State Court of Cobb County. House Bill 858 by Representative Cummings of the 39th, Campbell of the 35th, Seabaugh of the 34th, McQueen of the 61st, Ridley of the 22nd, and others. A bill to amend an act creating the State Court of Cobb County. House Bill 859 by Representative Gamble of the 15th and Scoggins of the 14th. A bill to amend an act to provide a homestead exemption from certain City of Cartersville ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 860 by Representative Barton of the 5th and Ridley of the 6th. A bill to amend an act to provide a homestead exemption from Gordon County School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 861 by Representative Barton of the 5th and Ridley of the 6th. A bill to amend an act to provide a homestead exemption from City of Calhoun Independent School District ad valorem taxes for educational purposes. House Bill 862 by Representative Jackson of the 68th, McQueen of the 61st, Glaze of the 67th, Jones of the 60th, Dawson of the 65th, and others. A bill to fix the salary of the Sheriff of Fulton County. House Resolution 685 by Representative Saines of the 180th, Taylor of the 173rd, Jones of the 47th, Oliver of the 84th, Ballard of the 147th. The resolution creating the House Study Committee on Mental Health Workforce Development. House Resolution 711 by Representative Irwin of the 32nd, Wade of the 9th, Dubnick of the 29th, Chokas of the 151st, Cannon of the 172nd. A resolution creating the House Study Committee on Student Attendance in Pre-K through 12 Education. Senate Bill 328 by Senator Strickland of the 42nd, Davenport of the 17th, Williams of the 25th, Jones of the 10th. A bill to amend an act creating the State Court of Henry County. Senate Bill 329 by Senator Strickland of the 42nd, Davenport of the 17th, Williams of the 25th, Jones of the 10th. A bill to amend an act providing supplements to the salaries of the judges of the Superior Court, the District Attorney, and the Chief Assistant District Attorney of the Flint Judicial Circuit. Through second readers.
Reports of standing committees, the clerk will read.
Representative Robert Dickey, the 134th District Chairman of the Committee on Agriculture and Consumer Affairs, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Agriculture and Consumer Affairs has had under its consideration following resolution of the House. It's instructed me to report the same back to the House. The following recommendation: House Resolution 368, due pass by substitute. Respectfully submitted, Representative Robert Dickey, the 134th District Chairman. Representative Hawkins, the 27th District Chairman of the Committee on Health, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Health has had under its consideration following resolutions of the House. It has instructed me to report the same back to the House. The following recommendation: House Resolution 512, due pass by substitute. House Resolution 592, due pass. Respectfully submitted, Representative Hawkins, the 27th District Chairman. Representative Lumsden of the 12th District, Chairman of the Committee on Insurance, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, the Committee on Insurance has had under its consideration the following resolution of the House and instructed me to report the same back to the House with the following recommendation. House Resolution 659, due passed by committee substitute, respectfully submitted. Representative Lumsden of the 12th District, Chairman. Representative Beth Camp of the 135th District, Chairman on Committee on Intergovernmental Coordination Locals, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Intergovernmental Coordination Locals had under its consideration the following bills of the House and instructed me to report same back to the House with the following recommendations. House Bill 774, do pass. House Bill 778, do pass. House Bill 781, do pass. House Bill 785, do pass. House Bill 786, do pass. House Bill 788, do pass. House Bill 789, do pass. House Bill 790, do pass. House Bill 794, do pass. House Bill 797, do pass. House Bill 798, do pass. House Bill 780, do pass. House Bill 787, do pass. House Bill 791, do pass. House Bill 793, do pass. Respectfully submitted, Representative Beth Camp of the 135th District, Chairman. Representative Gunner of the 8th District, Chairman on Committee on Judiciary, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Judiciary has had under its consideration the following bills of the Senate and has instructed me to report the same back to the House with the following recommendations. Senate Bill 10, due passed by committee substitute. Senate Bill 36, due pass. Senate Bill 173, due passed by committee substitute. Senate Bill 245, due passed by committee substitute. Respectfully submitted, Representative Gunner of the 8th District, Chairman. Representative Tyler Paul Smith of the 18th District, Chairman of Committee on Judiciary Non-Civil, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Judiciary Non-Civils had under its consideration the following bills of the Senate and has instructed me to report same back to the House with the following recommendations. Senate Bill 27, due passed by committee substitute. Senate Bill 79, due passed by committee substitute. Senate Bill 102, due passed. Senate Bill 204, due passed by committee substitute. Respectfully submitted, Representative Tyler Paul Smith of the 18th District, Chairman. Representative Sharon Cooper, the 45th District, Chairman of Committee on Public and Community Health, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Public and Community Health has had under its consideration following resolutions of the House and Senate. It has instructed me to report the same back to the House with the following recommendations. House Resolution 611, due pass. Senate Bill 30, due pass by substitute. Respectfully submitted, Representative Sharon Cooper, the 45th District, Chairman. Representative Clint Crow, the 118th District, Chairman of Committee on Public Safety and Homeland Security, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Public Safety and Homeland Security has had under its consideration the following bills of the Senate and has instructed me to report the same back to the House with the following recommendations. Senate Bill 21, due pass. Senate Bill 29, due pass by committee substitute. Respectfully submitted, Representative Crow of the 118th District, Chairman. Representative Parrish of the 158th District, Chairman of the Committee on Rules, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Rules has had under its consideration the following bills of the Senate and has instructed me to report same back to the House with the following recommendations. Senate Bill 69, due pass by substitute. Senate Bill 255, due pass by substitute. Respectfully submitted, Representative Parrish of the 158th District, Chairman. Representative Jones of the 25th District, Chairman of the Committee on Technology and Infrastructure Innovation, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Technology and Infrastructure Innovation has had under its consideration the following bill of the Senate and has instructed me to report same back to the House with the following recommendations. Senate Bill 111, due pass. Respectfully submitted, Representative Jones of the 25th District, Chairman. Representative Shaw Blackman of the 146th District, Chairman of the Committee on Ways and Means, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Ways and Means has had under its consideration the following resolution of the House. It's instructed me to report same back to the House with the following recommendation. House Resolution 557, due pass by committee substitute. Respectfully submitted, Representative Shaw Blackman of the 146th District, Chairman. That completes the reading of the reports of standing committees.
Okay, members, we have a local calendar this morning. I think y'all have probably solved most of the problems in the United States of America and the world with all the conversations I've heard this morning. It's good to have Terry England back with us. So, members, we do have a local calendar. We have 4 bills on the local calendar that relate to homestead exemption, and as you know, require a 2/3 roll call vote for passage. One of the bills on the local calendar is an agree-disagree, and this bill having received the requisite number of signatures required, the House delegation wishes to agree to the Senate amendment to the House substitute. Third reading now reading and passage of uncontested local bills. If there is no objection, we will vote on the local calendar as a whole with a recorded vote. Hearing none, it is so ordered. Mr. Clerk, will you read the local calendar? Please give the clerk your attention.
House Bill 774 by Representative Crawford of the 89th, DeKalb County. House Bill 778 by Representative Dickey, the 134th, Upson County. House Bill 781 by Representative Dickey, the 134th, Crawford County. House Bill 785 by Representative Dickey, the 134th, Crawford County. House Bill 786 by Representative Mathis of the 133rd, Dodge County. House Bill 788 by Representative Stinson of the 150th, Macon County. House Bill 789 by Representative Stinson of the 150th, City of Oglethorpe. House Bill 790 by Representative Stinson of the 150th, Macon County. House Bill 794 by Representative Scott of the 76th, Clayton County. House Bill 797 by Representative Petrie of the 166th, City of Savannah, Chatham County. House Bill 798 by Representative Mathiak of the 82nd, Spalding County. House Bill 780 by Representative Rhodes of the 124th, City of Greensboro. House Bill 787 by Representative Tarvin of the 2nd, City of Chickamauga. House Bill 791 by Representative Crow of the 118th, Butts County. House Bill 793 by Representative Townsend of the 179th, City of Brunswick. Senate Bill 77, agreeing to the Senate amendment to the House substitute by Senator Huffstetler of the 52nd, City of Cartersville.
Is there any objection to the previous question being ordered on the local calendar? Hearing none, the previous question is ordered. Is there any objection to agreeing to the report of the committee, which was favorable to the passage of the bills? Hearing none, the report of the committee is agreed to. Shall these bills now pass? All those in favor of the passage of the bills on the local calendar will vote yes. All those opposed will vote no. And Mr. Clerk, will you unlock the machines? Have all members now voted? Have all members voted? This, so Mr. Clerk, will you lock the machines? On the passage of the local calendar, the yeas are 164, the nays are 0. These bills having received the requisite constitutional majority are therefore passed. Members, we have a lot of good folks who've traveled here in our gallery that we're going to have some morning orders that's important to them, so I want you to give the member in the well your attention. Okay, members, here's the deal. We have about 200 morning orders, not quite, but it's close. So you're going to have 30 seconds for your morning order. I'm going to cut you off at 45 because we have 25 morning orders this morning. So those of you who can go really fast, do it. And those of you who need a second or two longer to recognize some good folks here with us, that's what we would implore you to do. So let me give you who's on deck. Representative Wade, you come on down. You're first up. Then Chairman Todd Jones, then Representative Huddleston and friends, and Chairman Corbett. That's kind of the way we're going to roll here. So we can be much more efficient if y'all are ready. Representative Wade and friends is recognized for a morning order. Members, please give the member in the well your attention. Conversations can go out to the anteroom. Representative Wade.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you, colleagues. I've invited my friends both to my left and right as they have served our nation, and I'm here to recognize one of Lumpkin County's finest, a junior at the University of North Georgia. He is headed for the Army, but he was recently recognized for the UNG Boar's Head Brigade, Brigade's S4, and he's going to be, he also has a perfect 4.0 GPA. He just got recognized by a Congressional Presidential Fellowship at our nation's capital, got home this morning, and he is here to see the best state capital in the nation, and if you'll just congratulate him. He and his family are here. And Mr. Speaker, I think you know this young man's grandfather, former State Senator Guy Middleton. Don't worry about it. Thank you very much.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, man.
There's Will. Thank you, Will Edwards. Appreciate you. Well done, son. Thank you, man.
Quite the accomplishments. Tell your granddad we all said hello as well. Good to have you with us. You have another one?
One more very quickly. The gallery is full, so I don't know that they made it in the gallery, but I'd like to recognize the Lumpkin County High School Girls State Champion Wrestling Team. The team is the state champions, and we also had 2 individual state champs. Casey Carpenter's very proud of y'all too, but go Lady Indians, and special shout out to our superintendent head. She's with them today as well, and the Lumpkin County High School principal and team. Thank you very much. Go Indians.
Chairman Todd Jones is recognized for an announcement. Maybe not. He's down with his folks. Representative Huddleston, Gamble, Smith, and Scoggins recognized for an announcement. Then Chairman Corbett. We'll get it. Just give us a second. Y'all go ahead and get lined up. and friends. Representative Huddleston and friends. There we go.
This is special.
All right, give the gentleman the well your attention, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, I come before you today with heavy hearts. This family and the tragedy not only affected us locally within my district.
Excuse me, suspend just, ladies and gentlemen, members, let's all stand. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't realize what you were recognizing here. My bad.
Thank you. With our heavy hearts, like I said, this affected not only locally, state, but across the country. We're here to honor the legacy of the Nealon's family and others. On July 26, 2024, the gospel music community and countless hearts across the world were shaken by a tragic loss of 7 beautiful souls and a devastating plane crash. Today we come together in remembrance and celebration of their lives. Kelly Nealon Clark, a woman of faith. Jason Clark, a devoted husband. Amber Nealon Kistler, a voice of pure beauty. Nathan Kessler, a loving husband. Melanie Hodges, a dear friend. Larry Haney, a skilled pilot. And Melissa Haney, a devoted wife. With our hearts mourning, we also recognize the resilience and strength of Autumn Nelson Streetman, the surviving member of the family group. She is here with us with family members today in the gallery, who carries forward the spirit and love of her family in the midst of her loss. May she find comfort in the embrace of friends, faith, and everlasting love of those who walk with her in spirit. The Nelsons' music is a beacon of faith, and their legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. Through their voices may no longer echo in the concert halls, they will forever sing in the hearts who love them. May their memories be a blessing, and we find comfort in knowing that they now sing in the presence of the Lord. If you will, just allow a moment of silence. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Would y'all mind standing so we can recognize the family members, please? Thank you all for being with us. What inspiring performances and music the family presented to so many and touched so many hearts and minds. And thank you all, and our continued prayers go out to you. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Representative Nisa Jones is recognized for and friends.
Can I get all the members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated to the well, please? Thank you. I'm going to make this quick, and I'm going to do it real good. Thank you, Speaker. It is an immense honor to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate the significant strides being made by the Iota Eta chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated that was chartered on January 11th, 1975, where they are celebrating their 50th anniversary on the campus of the Mercer University in Macon, Georgia, and that I get the honor of serving as one of its state representatives. In attendance in the gallery, we have one of the charter members, Gwendolyn Wright, if you please stand, and their current president, Nivea George, and other members or those that were made or initiated in that chapter, if you please stand as well. So let it therefore be resolved with this resolution, House Resolution 364, and be confirmed by this House of the great milestone that this chapter has made in the city of Macon, Georgia. Thank you, Speaker. I yield the well.
Welcome to the House. The ladies yielded the well. Representative Lisa Campbell recognized, and then Representative Baker, and then Representative Gamble. Representative Lisa Baker, Campbell, I'm sorry, Representative Lisa Campbell, and friends. Ladies recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. All right. Colleagues, today I rise to recognize and celebrate Executive Function Day at the Georgia State Capitol. This momentous occasion marks the first time this recognition has been granted in both chambers, underscoring the value and significance of teaching the cognitive skills essential for students and learners of all ages to succeed in literacy, science, math, and everyday life. We recognize students' overall cognitive skills, mental health, and well-being in a world where the demands of daily life continue to grow. Nurturing and explicitly teaching these skills is essential to helping students navigate their challenges. I want to recognize Sucheta Kamath, the nation's leading expert in the brain science of executive function. She's in the gallery today. Please rise and recognize one of our state's leading champions for children. Thank you so much. And I yield the well. Thank you.
Representative Baker recognized for a morning order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is a special honor for me today to welcome the staff and students from Chapel Hill High School in my hometown and my district of Douglasville, Georgia, who are visiting the Capitol today. These bright students are here today as part of their American Government and Civics class taught by the incredible Mr. Hill. They're currently studying Georgia Standard SSCG 8, which focuses on the legislative branch, and there's no better way to bring those lessons to life than to see their state government in action right here in our chamber. So I'm proud to represent these students and their school, and I'm grateful for educators like Mr. Hill who are shaping the next generation of our leaders. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to the students and staff of Chapel Hill High School. Go Panthers. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the well.
Good to have Chapel Hill. Welcome to the People's House. Representative Gamble. Representative Matthew Gamble.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have today in the House Gallery with us members of the Hope Animal Assisted Crisis Response Team that have joined us. In 2024, the Hope team from the Southeast region logged close to 150 volunteer hours and engaged in 1,200 meaningful interactions with Georgia disaster victims. Today, we're joined by Sweet Pea and her handler, Melanie Dallas, the CEO of Highland Rivers, Oliver and his handler, Dave Thomas, Roby and his handler, Tammy McGill. They're going to be set up in the ante room if you'd like to come have your photo with our assist crisis response animals. They do with death notifications and traumatic incidences. Come greet them and have your photo made with them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Great service to mankind there. Man's best friend, no doubt. Representative Cummins. I think you're still here, and some friends are going to come along with her. Representative Terry Cummins.
Good morning. I'm here today to welcome Mazel Tazaro. She is from Israel. I met her in December during my trip to Israel, and she is a survivor of the October 7, 2023 attack at the Nova Music Festival. Mazel will be sharing her story with us later on this afternoon at 4:30 in Capitol 216. But I would like Mazel and the members of the consulate to please stand and welcome to Georgia's Capitol. Speaker, please come down to the ante room. You can take a picture. Just look for the dogs. Speaker, I yield the well.
Thank you, Terry. Welcome, Consul General. It's always good to see you. It's always good to see you. Thank you for being here with us, and we'll see y'all down here. Thank y'all. Chairman Martin, recognized for a morning order, then Representative Holly would be next. And the Henry delegation along with Representative Holly. Chairman Martin's recognized.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen. We all have gotten to know and get our jobs done because of interns. And this morning I rise to recognize Dr. Stephanie Kersey, who is the intern coordinator of the Georgia Legislative Internship Program, working alongside Allie Martin and Stacy Perry to bring interns to us down at the Capitol. She is an anchor to every intern, and she has ensured that they have fantastic support as they come to work for us at the Capitol today. Also today, she is in our gallery, and I would like to ask Dr. Stephanie Kersey to stand to be recognized as the Georgia State Coordinator, and today is her birthday. If y'all would join me in recommending Dr. Kersey. Welcome to the People's House.
Good to have you. Appreciate your work. Thanks for being with us. Representative Holly. He's going to have one by himself, and then he's going to have one with the Henry delegation. Is that how you're going to do this, right?
Well, the first one by himself with friends.
First by yourself, the next with friends. Okay. Representative Holly.
All right, Mr. Speaker. We're pleased to welcome and acknowledge we are in the presence of greatness for our third annual Black Men and Boys Day. Joining us are the men of Black Male Initiative Georgia, members of Ebony Caucus, Let Us Make Man, Atlanta University Center students for this third annual occasion. So members of BMI and friends, I ask you, rise up, you mighty men. Stand tall and connect with your power in this place. Can you all just give them a hand? There, I see you. We see you in the back. Appreciate you. All right.
Now the Henry County delegation, if you'll join Representative Holly.
Yes, sir.
For another morning order.
Henry County delegation, please step forward. All right, Mr. Speaker, thank you. Great American patriot Patrick Henry reminded us that perfect freedom is necessary to the health and vigor of commerce. Well, the freedom of commerce is alive in Henry County. Joining us in the gallery, we have Henry County Chamber President Joe Henning, Board Member Christy Chuning of Central Georgia AMC, and newly elected Board Chair Morel McCrary, as well as a host of very successful entrepreneurs on the rise. So please, my colleagues in this chamber, show some love for the money in Henry. Colleagues, let's rise and recognize the Henry Chamber of Commerce. Thank you. Yield the well.
Welcome, Henry Chamber of Commerce. Chair Lady Hagan is recognized for a morning order. Give the lady your attention, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm here on a very happy occasion today to recognize the Toombs County High School football team on their huge win in the state championship last fall. Would you guys stand up, please? All of you. Yes. They are the 2024 Georgia High School Association Class A Division I state champions. They finished their season with a record of 13-1, and they did this during a time when our community was really struggling after the hurricane. They continued working together for their community with their team, and I'm so proud of them and how they persevered. It was our first ever state football championship with a decisive 38-18 win over Northeast. So thank you guys for being here. We're so proud.
See there?
What are you doing up here?
Football is my ball.
I love it.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Representative Sharper and Representative Mitchell and Representative Willis and other friends are recognized for a morning order. Give the members in the well your attention, please.
Isn't she lovely? But anyway, it's an influential Women of Georgia Day at the state capitol, and we appreciate everybody being here. But we thank my co-sponsors as well. But we're going to recognize some great people here. The first person we have is Miss April Love, CEO, executive producer, author, TV host, and breast cancer survivor. We have Miss Rashawn Ali Smith, philanthropist, multimedia personality, and author, and who's been here forever doing a great job. Also, we have a representative for Miss Eva Marcel Pickford, who's actually right now on the stage play Jason's lyrics. Andre Crenshaw is here to receive that for her. Dr. Crystal Jordan, award-winning author and journalist and entertainment publicist. And also, we have Dr. Heavenly Kims. She's a dentist, an author, an inspirational speaker, and actress. So if y'all don't mind, stand to your feet, ladies, and let us give you the encouragement and the support that you need. And these young ladies will be coming down to take pictures with you guys. So once again, thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you, Rain Stevens, for putting this together. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Good to have you in the People's House. Representative Reeves. Representative Reeves is recognized in. Representative Mathis would be next.
Thank you, Speaker Burns. I welcome Gwinnett members to come down here to honor two groups of young people we have at the Capitol today. First is Sugar Hill Youth Leadership. Please stand up. House, let's welcome them. They are some bright young people from Lanier High School and North Gwinnett High School spending a year learning leadership. Secondly, we have Hull Middle School here today. Their principal was honored a few weeks ago. They are a blue ribbon school. They feed into Peachtree Ridge High School, so let's welcome Hull Middle School. Thank you. All right, we yield the well.
Welcome all you folks from Hull Middle School. Good to have you at the Capitol. Representative Mathis. Representative Danny Mathis recognized. Give the gentleman your attention, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, members of the House. Thank you, folks in the gallery. I am honored to be here to congratulate the Blakeley County High School Royal Girls Cross Country Team for winning the 2024 Class 1A Division State Cross Country Championship. I'd like for you to stand over here, girls, if you would, please. And I would like to say that one thing for this is that this team is coached by Coach Shelley Cranford, that has multiple wins with the cross-country team. We have our superintendent, Dr. Trey Bellflower, and our principal, Dr. Brad Knox, with them. If they'll stand too. And then I would like to say one thing, Speaker, that the teamwork and extraordinary resilience made this team a spectacular one to observe throughout the season. And as fitting finale to its remarkable 2024 campaign, the team captured its third consecutive state cross-country championship and its seventh title in the last 9 years. Thank you so much for that.
Congratulations.
Mr. Speaker, I have one more. Also, I want to congratulate the Blakeley County High School boys cross-country team for winning the 2024 Class 1A Division State Cross Country Championship. The superior teamwork and extraordinary resilience made this team, if you boys will stand now, please, made this team to observe throughout the season as a fitting final to its remarkable 2024 campaign. The team captured its third state cross-country championship since 2015. If y'all will please join me in a round of applause for both of these teams. If y'all will all stand. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Congratulations. A great tradition going on there in cross country. State championship. That's pretty cool. Representative Johnny Chastain, recognized for an order.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We're here this morning to recognize a very special lady in our district, and Miss Emmalou Stover. And Miss Stover has some friends and some family with her real quick that I want to introduce. Wally Stover Sr., Denny Stover, Wally Stover Jr., Stephanie Stover, Caden Stover, Hunter Johnson, and Aaron Johnson, and also the great-grandson of one of our own house staffers here, Wally Stover III. Miss Stover has been and devoted her whole life to Gilmer County, and she spent innumerable hours of her time and talents toward the betterment of her community. She has worked for many years with the L.J. Lions Club, where she spearheaded fundraisers to provide financial assistance for surgeries, for the visually impaired, for buying and wrapping Christmas gifts for the less fortunate. She's provided a lot of extra time in for folks for college-level scholarships. She founded a Special Friends program in Gilmer County to help the mental and physical disabilities for folks in Gilmer County. we're here to honor her this morning, and we have a resolution that we'll be presenting later out in the ante room. We will be having a ceremony later on this year to name the Altown Bridge on Star Route 52 East in the name of Miss Emma Lou Stover. So thank you guys for being here. I know Representative Fry wants to say one word.
Miss Stover, back when you fed me lunch that day is one of the most memorable days of my life, and I thank you very much for being here. Love you.
Thank you, Ms. Stover. You made quite the impression. Thanks for making the effort to be here, and all of you. Thanks for being here. Made a good day for a lot of folks today. Thank you for being here. Chairman Corbett, recognized for a morning order.
I'm going to try not to. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of the House, it is my distinct honor this morning to recognize Miss Linda Henderson for her 50 years of superlative service to the city of Hoboken. Due to her exemplary tenure, she has earned numerous honors in recognition of her dedicated service, including the 2008 Citizen of the Year from Brantley County from the Chamber of Commerce, the 2006 Angel Award from the Southeast Cancer Center, and many others. Miss Linda has given inspiration to many through her high ideals, morals, and deep concern for her fellow citizens. Miss Linda is loved by all. She has set the bar high when it comes to serving the public, and it is my honor to present her with this resolution for her service to the citizens of Brantley County and to the city of Hoboken. Miss Linda, will you rise this morning? All right. I have a couple more. We have Jonathan Westbury and Dalton Lowe in the gallery with us. Jonathan and Dalen of Brantley County completed their triumphant 2024 wrestling season by winning state championships in their respective weight classes in Division 2A. Jonathan in the 126-pound division and Dalen in the 132-pound division. The coaches are Aaron Beck, Jenny Shelton, and Jay Edwards. I would ask all of them to stand and let's recognize them this morning for Jonathan and Jalen. Okay, there you are. Thank y'all. Y'all keep up the good work. All right. And last but not least, we also have the Brantley County girls tennis team. They also won the girls 2A state championship last year. Through their excellent play, superior teamwork, and extraordinary resilience made this team a spectacular one to observe throughout the season. And as a fitting conclusion to its remarkable 2024 campaign, the team captured the GHSA Class 2A State Girls Tennis Championship. Members of the team included Brooklyn Wiles, Riley Strickland, Kaylee Oakey, J.C. Riggins, Chasdy Waldron, Summer Coley, Savannah Carroll, Bree Cruz, Harley Driggers, and Cheryl Tensa. I'd asked them to stand. They were coached by Patrick Steve, Dalton Larsey, Reed Tetzorth, and Kate Melvin. I'd ask them to stand this morning. Let's give them a hand. And we also have Dr. Kim Morgan, the superintendent of Brantley County School. Glad to have her this morning. And also we have the mayor from Hoboken, Mr. Cruz, is in the gallery, and our judge, Chief McMillan. Glad to have you this morning.
I hope they turn the lights out when they left South Georgia, because there's nobody down here. Thank y'all for being here. Congratulations. Good to have y'all in the people's house. Who else you got?
If y'all come down to the ante room, we'll take some photos.
Come down to the third floor. Come to that south ante room. Good to have y'all. Representative Gabe Okoye and his bodyguard.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
And friends. You have a lot of friends there, Representative. Gentleman's recognized.
He recruited us. All right. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning I rise to recognize one of the Little Rock Nine. As you may know, now I get more friends. As you may know, in 1957, nine brave African-American children walked into the Little Rock Central High School and integrated it. One of them is here this morning. Can I ask Mr. Terrence Roberts to stand? He's up in the gallery. There he is. I have a resolution for him, and he'll be coming down to the anteroom for pictures. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, members. Thank you, Representative Okoye. All right, Representative Flournoy, you're next. Now, I want you to suspend just for a moment. Here's the lineup. After you, Representative Dempsey, Representative Carson, Whip Park, Representative Taylor, Darlene Taylor, Chairman LaHood, and then Whip Burchett. Representative Flournoy and friends.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If the Clayton County delegation could join me, we have here with us today Councilwoman Rosanette Kirby, Kawan Green, Caleb Carson, and also Dr. Sequina Scott, High School Coordinator for Clayton County Public Schools. And very quickly, I want to highlight Caleb this morning because not only is he a star athlete, he's also gets great grades and very academically sound. But even in the face of personal loss, losing his father on Thanksgiving, Kewan has continued to push forward, embodying resilience and determination. He is not only an inspiration to his peers, but also a testament to the power of perseverance and dedication. So can we acknowledge them this morning from the gallery? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield the will. Can you all join me on the third floor?
Representative Dempsey and friends recognized for a morning order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning. We are privileged today to have the superintendent of the Rome City Schools, Dr. Eric Holland, here today, who has the motto of I believe in you, being very hands-on with his students. The Rome City Schools Advisory Council is also here, and for many of these students, I understand it is your first day in our capital. Grades 7 through 12, help your school here and make decisions and really impact the life of your fellow students. Thank you for doing that. It's what we try to do here. It's good to have you at your state capitol today. Please rise so we can recognize you. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Chairman Carson from Morning Order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to recognize the group that is here with us today, a fine hybrid private school in Woodstock, Georgia, right between myself and Representative Thomas's district on Arnold Mill Road. With the Civics Club from the King's Academy, will you guys stand? This is a group from Woodstock led by Kitty Singleton, their Civics Club advisor. And Madam Speaker, I just want to mention they are a fine school, even though they have former Representative Wes Cantrell on their board, one of the founding members. It's still a great school. Welcome to your state capitol. Thank you, everyone.
Chair recognizes Whip Park from Morning Order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning, colleagues. I rise to recognize the student ambassadors of Gwinnett Technical College. These are outstanding young leaders who embody the values of service, dedication, and excellence. As representatives of their institution, these students welcome prospective students, support campus events, and promote Gwinnett Tech's mission of providing high-quality education and workforce training. They are preparing for careers in fields critical to Georgia's future: healthcare, technology, and the skilled trades. Their leadership and commitment to their community remind us that technical education is a vital foundation for opportunity and progress, and that investing in our technical colleges is an investment in Georgia's future. Please join me in welcoming the Gwinnett Technical College student ambassadors to the People's House. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I yield the well.
Chair recognizes Chairman Taylor for a morning order.
Thank you, and good morning, colleagues. Today is the City of Thomasville Day at the Capitol. Whereas the City of Thomasville was founded in 1825, the city was named after General Jeff Thomas, who distinguished himself as a hero in the War of 1812, and is credited with constructing the first benefit building at the University of Georgia. And whereas Lieutenant Henry Flipper, the first black graduate of the United States Military Academy at West Point, was born in Thomasville. Whereas former First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy traveled to the city of Thomasville to stay after the assassination of President Kennedy. And whereas General Lloyd Austin, former U.S. Secretary of State, is a Thomasville native. The city of Thomasville is known for its roses, and we are known as the City of Roses. Please give everybody a strong hand and welcome the city of Thomasville. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Chairman LaHood for a morning order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And if the lounge delegation's around, if you'll join me up here. Madam Speaker and members, we just want to take a moment to recognize, I'd say, the hub of South Georgia, and that's our border county on the southern Georgia line, Lowndes County. Our chairman and commissioners and county manager up here in the gallery to our right. And this year is the 200th anniversary of this General Assembly creating Lowndes County. And there's over 120,000 residents there that are thriving because of the good leadership we have today. And I just appreciate them being here and want to recognize them today. So thank you. Please join in a round of applause.
Chair recognizes Floor Leader Hong for a morning order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wanted to recognize a group from South Korea. They essentially work at what is equivalent to White House here. It's called a Blue House, and they are pretty high officials that work there, and they come to UGA, part of their program, to learn more about the policies and the political system here in the United States. If you can stand up, and if we can give them a hand, they're visiting, and they'll be visiting us at the Capitol today. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Chair recognizes Whip Burchett for the last morning order.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Well, good morning, colleagues. I have the distinct honor and pleasure as serving as the sole representative from Lanier County. And today with us in the gallery we have not only the state champions for baseball. We have the state champions for softball coming from Lanier County, and I'm asking you all to recognize these young men and young women. If you will both stand for us, please, and recognize the state champions for GHSA Class A2 state softball and state baseball. Interestingly, the baseball team went 32-10, and the softball team went 24-4. Congratulations, folks, and thanks for making the trip from South Georgia, and thanks for being here, and thanks for all your hard work in Lanier County. Thank you, Madam Pro Tem.
I was wrong. It was 201, not 200. Congratulations. Great program. State championship. That's cool stuff. Good to have y'all. Members, we have a important invite resolution now. We'll invite our guest up. Hey, y'all, come on. Good to have y'all. That's pretty awesome. Members, I get your attention, please. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption to a privileged resolution?
House Resolution 311 by Representative Hefner, the 130th, Howard of the 129th, Prince of the 132nd, Miles of the 126th. A resolution recognizing and commending Coach Andre Lacey and the Payne College golf teams for their outstanding achievements and contributions to the growth of collegiate golf and for fostering diversity and inclusion in the sport.
All right, if you're a part of the Garden City, that's a great City of Augusta delegation, if you'll join us up here. Representative Charlton Howard is already with us, but I'm going to recognize Representative Lynn Hefner to speak to the resolution. Representative Hefner.
Good morning, colleagues. So I am joined by the rest of my colleagues from the Augusta delegation, and this morning we are joined by the Women's National Golf Championship team of Augusta's very own HBCU Payne College. So this winning Lioness squad is escorted by their renowned golf pro coach, Mr. Andre Lacey. As a Payne College alumnus himself and an Augusta native, he has quickly established himself as a transformative figure in collegiate golf. Leading his team of student athletes with the support of Augusta National Golf Club, Coach Lacey has enjoyed a head-spinning journey to 4 national championship appearances that include the Women's NCCAA, Women in Golf, Men CCAA, and Women's NCAA for years 2023 and 2024. Mr. Lacey is the grandson of golf legend and Hall of Famer Mr. Jim Dent Lacey, and he carries forward his family's legacy while breaking new ground as the only black PGA professional in Augusta since 2016. Colleagues and friends, please join me in celebrating and congratulating them on their commitment of excellence.
Congratulations. I mean, what a great program, Coach. Sounds like you got it going on in the right way. We appreciate what you're doing. You're making a difference in people's lives. Thank you for what you're doing. Ladies, wow. Who's the best putter out of all of you? There you go. Wait a minute. We're going to take a photo. Come back. Come back. We're going to take a photo. Congratulations to y'all, and congratulations to Payne. Great school there in Augusta. We appreciate y'all. Ladies, we also have a resolutions for women's golf, so y'all are certainly being recognized as well in that whole deal too. So congratulations to you. We're ready to move on to the rules calendar. Mr. Clerk, would you read the caption to Senate Bill 72?
Senate Bill 72 by Senator Brass, the sixth and others to be entitled an act to amend Chapter 52, Title 31 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to terminally ill patients' rights to try investigational drugs, biological products, and devices. This bill having referred to the Committee on Health, that committee recommends that this bill do pass.
Chairman Hawkins is recognized to present Senate Bill 72.
Speaker, Senate Bill 72 is also known as the Hope for Georgia Patients Act. It is an addition to Chapter 52, which is the Georgia Right to Try Act. This particular bill deals with experimental drugs and devices for folks that are terminally ill and have no way to survive with typical treatments. If you look on page 5, and I'll quickly go through this, the first section it deals with proof of need. Of course, it must be life-threatening. And it's also, there's an analysis done of the patient's genome. These will be DNA and RNA type active drugs. Next section deals with release of responsibility. Bottom of page 6, manufacturer's flexibility. Top of page 7, this is not a mandate. It's not an insurance mandate. And then at the bottom of page 7, the docs are not held liable for trying these techniques, methods, and medications. Then the next section speaks to the release of manufacturer's liability. Next comes the personal liability release. And again, it reiterates this is not a mandate. This bill is the last hope for some patients to have a chance to live a little bit longer. That's the bill, Mr. Speaker. If there's no questions, I will relinquish the well and vote for your favorable consideration. Anybody have a chair I can sit down? Yeah.
You have a question to your right, Representative Chairlady Silcox is recognized for a question.
Does the gentleman yield?
I do.
Isn't it true, Mr. Chairman, that this bill will allow cancer patients that have drugs that have totally not been approved by the FDA to try experimental drugs as a last chance on their life?
That's very true, and I appreciate the question. Some of these drugs take many, many years to be able to make it to market. This will allow a patient a shortcut for a drug, and probably the only drug that will work for them and a chance for extended life. Thank you for the question.
Thank you for bringing the bill. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. Dr. Hawkins, you have no further questions.
Thank you.
The gentleman's yielded the well. Is there any objection to the previous question being ordered? Hearing none, the previous question is ordered. Is there any objection to agreeing to the report of the committee, which was favorable to the passage of the bill? Hearing none, the report of the committee is agreed to. Shall this bill now pass? All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote yes. All those opposed will vote no. And Mr. Clerk, will you unlock the machine? Have all members voted? All members voted. If so, Mr. Clerk, will you lock the machine? On the passage of Senate Bill 72, the yeas are 161, the nays are 0. This bill, having received the requisite constitutional majority, is therefore passed. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption of Senate Bill 63? 6-3.
Senate Bill 6-3 by Senator Dixon, the 45th, and others, to be entitled an act to amend Part 15 of Article 6 of Chapter 2, Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to miscellaneous provisions under the Quality Basic Education Act. This bill having referred to the Committee on Education. That committee recommends that this bill do pass by committee substitute.
The lady from Columbus, Representative Carmen Rice, is recognized to present the bill. Representative Rice.
What Senate Bill 63 does is it was a provision to allow homeschool students to take their tests their senior year, getting ready for college. Those tests would include PSAT, SAT, pre-ACT, ACT, the ASVAB, and advanced placement test in their locally zoned schools. And so, and it also requires a provision that the school district would announce and put online the information for the registration for these tests. The homeschool students are willing to pay any fee that a student in their zone school would have to pay, and then the school district would pay the cost that they would of any student that's within the school. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I will take questions.
You have no questions.
Thank you, and I ask for your favorable support of this bill. I appreciate it. I yield the well.
Ladies, yielded the well. Is there any objection to the previous question being ordered? Hearing none, the previous question is ordered. Is any objection to adopting the committee's substitute? Hearing none, the committee's substitute is adopted. Is there any objection to agreeing to the report of the committee which was favorable to the passage of the bill? Hearing none, the report of the committee is agreed to. Shall this bill now pass? All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote yes. All those opposed will vote no. And the clerk, Mr. Clerk, will you unlock the machine? Have all members voted? All members voted. If so, Mr. Clerk, will you lock the machine? On the passage of Senate Bill 63, the yeas are 166, the nays are 0. This bill, having received the requisite constitutional majority, is therefore passed. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption to Senate Bill 85?
Senate Bill 85 by Senator Brass, the 6th, and others, to be entitled an act to amend Article 12 of Chapter 3 of Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to post-secondary education grants for foster children and adopted children, so as to establish a grant program. This bill having referred to the Committee on Higher Education. That committee recommends that this bill do pass by committee substitute.
Representative from Swainsboro, Georgia, down in Emmanuel County, Representative Butch Parrish. Mr. Chairman is recognized to present the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, Senate Bill 85 establishes the Georgia Foster Care Scholarship Act, and it provides grants to former foster youth for undergraduate education. It sets eligibility based on age and involvement with the Department of Family and Children's Services. The funding for this program is subject to annual appropriations, and a former foster youth is eligible for the foster care scholarship if the young person is under the age of 26 and is in foster care or was in foster care for 6 months after the age of 14. The scholarship will be in an amount to cover the student's tuition, room, board, books, and deducting any scholarships or tuition waivers or federal and state financial grants available to them. No scholarship will exceed $30,000 per year. The scholarship may be used at any HOPE-eligible Georgia institution to which the student has been admitted, and the scholarship is available for no more than 10 years through the completion of a bachelor's degree or a total of 190 hours or 127 semester hours. And I'll remind you that the appropriations for this is subject, or the funding is subject to annual appropriation. Mr. Speaker, if there's any questions, I'll try to answer them. If not, I'll ask for your favorable consideration.
The gentleman has a question or two.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Representative Moore to your left is recognized for a question.
Good morning. Does the gentleman yield?
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it true that as a foster parent, I'm excited about this bill, and when it came to committee, I almost did a backwards flip? Isn't it also true that I wish this bill had been written 10 years ago? So many children could have had a change of course in their life just from this bill. And I look forward to seeing Georgia's foster children attend and graduate college. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for your comments. I certainly think it can have a positive effect on many of the youth in this state. Thank you.
Representative Chastain to your right is recognized for a question, Mr. Chairman.
Gentleman yield?
Yes, sir.
Is it not true that by establishing a grant program for the foster children that this Senate Bill 85 directly addresses the financial barriers that often hinder vulnerable youth from pursuing a higher education?
Yes, sir. Great program, and thank you all. I know a lot of you have interest in what DFACS does with our foster kids, and this will certainly be a great handout to help a lot of folks. Thank you very much.
The gentleman has yielded the well. We did have a speaker that had signed up to speak in favor of Representative Park Cannon, but I don't see Representative Cannon. Take your time. Representative Cannon is recognized to speak to Senate Bill 85. Give the lady your attention, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, members. I'm here to speak in support of Senate Bill 85. I wanted to just bring to attention that I feel this legislation addresses really the future of our state and a commitment that we're making to our future. I think it's not just a policy, but it's actually a promise to countless young people who have navigated the challenging impacts of the foster care system. I have spent a lot of time with individuals who aged out of the foster care system, what we consider too young, before we changed it to 21. Establishing this scholarship for those in the Georgia foster care system for eligible students currently enrolled under the age of 26 really help us with our statistics surrounding youth in the Georgia foster care system. If you've looked at them, you know that they are quite sobering. They face many obstacles that can make educational attainment seem insurmountable, with a lack of family support, financial instability, and the emotional scars of their experiences. These young individuals often find themselves at a disadvantage. However, this bill gives us a chance to change that narrative. It actually provides these grants to the foster care youth who meet specific requirements. The requirements, I believe, help us ensure that the financial barriers do not hinder their pursuit of higher education. I think it's essential to note that this program is subject to appropriations, meaning that we all have to remain committed to ensuring that these funds are available. It's our legislative responsibility, not only in this measure, but in the budget, to responsibly advocate for the necessary resources to support our youth. Moreover, I believe for the adopted children, just as generally recognizing that whether they've been in foster care or whether they've actually gotten adopted, they deserve the opportunity to thrive. We as legislators and parents should really see this bill through to the end. I'm hopeful that the foster care youth that are listening right now and that are outside know that we are committed to your opportunities to succeed. I want us to all vote in favor of this bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
A lady has completed her remarks and yielded the well. That completes all those that signed up to speak to the bill. Is there any objection to the previous question being ordered? Hearing none, the previous question is ordered. Is there any objection to adopting the committee substitute? Hearing none, the committee substitute is adopted. Is there any objection to agreeing to the report of the committee, which was favorable to the passage of the bill? Hearing none, the report of the committee is agreed to. Shall this bill now pass? All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote yes. All those opposed will vote no. And Mr. Clerk, will you unlock the machine? Have all members voted? All members have voted. I think all members have voted now, so Mr. Clerk, will you lock the machine? On the passage of Senate Bill 85, the yeas are 166, the nays are 2. This bill, having received the requisite constitutional majority, is therefore passed. Okay, members, it's noon time. I'm exhausted after those morning orders, I can just tell you that. So I got to take a break. We're going to have a couple of announcements from Representative McLean and Representative Chaz Cannon and Representative Butch Parrish. Let's see. Representative McLean is recognized for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, the Working Family Caucus lunch will be in room 307, CLOB. It is provided by the UFCW 1996. So we will have lunch in room 307, CLOB, upon adjournment. Well, I guess we're not adjournment. When we break for lunch. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
We got a lot of work to do there, Representative McLean. So we're just going to take a little break. Representative Estration is recognized for an announcement. Chairman Estration. Leader Estration, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The committee chairman's lunch will be today in room 403 upon the break. Room 403 when we break. Committee chairman. Thank you.
Chairman Parrish is recognized for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to invite the members of the Rules Committee to meet me in 341 at 12:30. Thank you.
The Rules Committee at 12:30. You're not going to give them much time to eat, are you? That completes our announcement. Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption to a group of privileged resolutions? We have a lot of privileged resolutions. We're going to get half of them out of the way. So the clerk's going to read these resolutions. Here's our posture, folks. Mr. Clerk, if you'll suspend just for a moment. As soon as he does these privileged resolutions, we're going to take a short break. We're going to recess for 1 hour. And us country boys are going to eat dinner. You city boys go eat lunch. So that'll be our posture. So, Mr. Clerk, will you read the caption to a group of privileged resolutions?
Honoring the life and memory of Gary Everett Earl. Recognizing and commending Dr. Dean Kersey. Commending Mr. Owen Kinney, Darlington High School's 2025 star teacher. Recommending Linda Pan, Darlington High School's 2025 star student. Commending Carly Wynn, Rome High School's 2025 Star Student, commending Seth Winstead, Rome High School's 2025 Star Teacher, commending Gavin Mullinax, Pepperell High School's 2025 Star Student, commending Jessica West Royal, Pepperell High School's 2025 Star Teacher, commending Elin Asen McLean, Armurchie's High School's 2025 Star Student, commending Mrs. Emily Mowry, Armurchie's High School's 2025 Star Teacher, commending Mrs. Susan Payne, Unity Christian Schools 2025 Star Teacher, commending Sophia Dobbs, Unity Christian Schools 2025 Star Student, recognizing April 4th, 2025 as 404 Day, commending Brian Butler for recognizing outstanding contributions, recognizing, commending Dr. Ebony Gresham, commending Lisa Cunningham, recognizing, commending Dr. Cheris Chambers, recognizing and honoring the victims of communism, recognizing February 9th through 15th, 2025 as National FBLA Week, recognizing, commending Nadine Alley, recognizing, commending Lewis Grant, recognizing, commending Janice Reed, recognizing and commending Cookie Wright, recognizing, commending Ray Murray, recognizing, commending Morris Roberts, recognizing, commending Niece Williams, recognizing, commending Tamika Scott, recognizing, commending Amani Williams, recognizing, commending Terry Walker Moore, congratulating the North Oconee High School's boy basketball team for winning the 2025 GHSA Class 4A State Basketball Championship, recognizing and commending the 2025 regular session temporary administrative assistants for the Georgia House of Representatives on their exemplary service, commending the House interns for the 2025 regular session of the General Assembly, commending and congratulating Field and Marcus Chapman, recognizing and commending the Atlanta Apartment Association upon its 50th anniversary, congratulating the Savannah State University men's basketball team for winning the 2025 Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Basketball Tournament Championship, commending Savannah Feed the Hungry, commending Mr. Edward, Rockdale County High School's class of 2025 valedictorian, commending Malik Patel, Salem High School's class of 2025 class Victorian, commending Prakesh Gupta, Rockdale Magnet School for Science and Technology class of 2025 salutatorian, commending Miguel Pimentel, Heritage High School's class of 2025 salutatorian, commending Jade Coleman, Salem High School's class of 2025 salutatorian, commending Delano Page, Rockdale Magnet Schools for Science and Technologies class of 2025 valedictorian, commending David Hill, Rockdale County High School's class of 2025 salutatorian, commending Christian Bridges, Heritage High School's class of 2025 valedictorian, recognizing and commending Mr. Phil Alumni, recognizing and commending Athy M. Lanier II, recognizing and commending Carlene Anderson, recognizing and commending Tisa Smart Washington, recognizing and commending Valerie King, recognizing and commending the Alumni Association of Atlanta, and recognizing October 9th, 2025 as Pandas Awareness Day at the State Capitol, and for other purposes. That completes the reading of the privilege resolutions.
Is there any objection to the adoption of the privilege resolutions? Hearing none, the resolutions are adopted. Okay, we'll be in recess until 1 p.m. This House will stand in recess until 1 p.m.